Before we get this video started, please make sure to like, favor, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so that way you never miss out on another video.
Hello there, my gummy knights, and welcome back to the Echo Chamber. Okay, so, I needed a break, guys. I'm gonna come out and say I needed a break from this series, from this show, but I'm having no choice but to finally come back and just get into it, and just do it. No care in the world. So far, I haven't necessarily gotten any spoilers because I tried to shy away from it. I almost did, just so that I didn't have to watch it myself. I almost let myself be spoiled. But so far, from what I'm seeing from just the minor descriptions that I've saw for each episode so far, it has been nothing but absolute trash. It has been another trash fire worth of a volume. If you guys haven't figured it out from my disposition, we are going to be reacting to Rwby Volume 8, Episode 1. Yay! I'm so happy to be back. Aren't you guys all happy to be back? Aren't you guys waiting for my inevitable suicide? Let's go on and get into this. I can't even. I don't. Let's just do this.
You wanna see me fall? Stephen Curry, how I ball. Gosha garments and a white 3 on my body. I'm an icon, man. And my girl about a 10.
Oh, I get it. It's a reference to Cinderella. Get it? Cinderella? Night and day in Cinderella. Fuck off.
There.
Alright, I'm just gonna be entirely honest. So far, this cold open is not necessarily bad. I mean, if you want to nitpick it, you probably could, but I'm not gonna lie, I actually like the design of that creature, and right, I'm like the ambiance, okay? When I look at Neo's face, that's kind of like the face that I want as a reaction. Like, if I was flying up to this thing, you know, it's kind of masked by the clouds, so you don't really get to see it in its true glory. But yeah, that thing looks like it's genuinely terrifying, and even got these little platforms that you can go inside. That's kind of weird. There's some parts of its organs like hollowed out to where you can land ships on it, but then again, given that the way that they're shaped and stuff like that, I mean, probably, I guess in some way it makes sense. Like I said, there's nothing necessarily too wrong with this, but yeah, I'm liking it so far. Not bad.
My queen. Cinder. When I chose you as my vessel for the maidens, I put my trust in you. So I trust that you wouldn't possibly return to me empty-handed.
Oh, damn. Ooh, this is not the field report that you definitely want to be giving right now, Cinder. I'm assuming nothing necessarily too bad is going to happen to her, but at the same time, ooh, I know some people don't like her, and in terms of the characterization of Salem, she is probably one of the worst written villains that I've seen so far. Like, we haven't really gotten enough of her to conclude that in its entirety, but at the same time, when seeing her atrocity that they call the backstory, I'm gonna be entirely honest. Yeah, she's not the best written, but anything that I can always give her is that, god damn, she is hot. Okay, that design is stellar. Okay, it's always the one thing. I mean, I know I don't do it for the guys, and maybe that's a bit sexist on my part, but at the same time, you know, I do gotta just admit it when it's something that's true about it, because I always look for the bright side and everything. So it's that one thing, and I do it for the ladies a lot. So I'm gonna continue to do it, of course, but it's always that one bright spot. If nothing else, at least I can say that the design looks hot, that she is hot, okay? Terrible character, but gorgeous.
Outsmarting the general speaks less to your intellect and more to his. After all, you were outsmarted by those children first.
And according to radio chatter, that same general and his forces outsmarted you. A shame Watts never made it back.
To be fair, she does got you there, Tyrion. I mean, you were my favorite out of the villains in terms of the last volume, but to be fair, let's be honest, it's not so much that it speaks to the intelligence of anyone, because clearly they showed none. No one really showed all that much intelligence. Clearly being outsmarted is not a testament to anyone's capabilities, because everyone made it so easy just to fuck them over so we can get to this point. That's why I'm hoping that Salem is a breath of fresh air and that she actually showcases some intelligence, that she, for once, gets off her ass and be a fucking leader and actually showcases to these people, this goon squad of hers, how it's done, and we can just go ahead and get this mission over with, because I want her to succeed. I'm Team Salem right now. I mean, you guys saw my reaction to the last volume. You know that I am Team Salem. Let's just go ahead and kill everyone. Okay, that's what I want. You come here and you murder everyone. I don't want nothing else. Just murder them. Well, in all seriousness, yeah, she did get one over on you. Everyone was outsmarted. Everyone was played. Pretty much none of the tasks that was really meant to get done got done in their entirety, and they could have easily, and the accomplishments that the bad guys do have could have easily been overturned, and a lot of it was overturned just by basic common sense not being applied. Talk about poor story structure, but whatever, who cares? Nothing matters.
Cinder. You're here! I knew you'd— Quiet.
I'm going to be entirely honest there. What? Come on. Emerald, right? That was her name, right? Sorry, they haven't been here in a while. I think Emerald, Mercury, and Hazel. If I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what the fuck? Not only did you have such a poor reaction, it's like, whoa, what was that tone shift? Oh my God, Cinder. Like, and then she runs, Cinder. It's like, no. That was what you first should have done. Not that you would not have been corrected, of course. Obviously, your first mistake was not bowing to your goddess. As you're going to sit there and walk in there, you're going to walk up into her meeting, you're going to interrupt, and then have the audacity not to pay the proper respects? Come on. You should have been murdered on the spot for that. But I actually really wanted to stop this so I can kind of like take a chance to talk about the new designs, because I'm going to be entirely honest here. Other than Hazel, who apparently got a haircut, like what? These designs aren't necessarily too bad. You know, I like the aesthetic of it. The outfits are pretty nice. I expected some more upgrades in terms of like a facial appearance, but at the same time, this is nice. Not too bad. I mean, they're way better than the shite we got in terms of quote unquote upgraded designs from our hero team. So yeah, definitely works out.
That power will be mine.
I've given no such command.
Ma'am, now is the time to—
This game is not yours to win, Cinder. It's mine. Just because you're more valuable to me than a pawn does not make you a player. Everything is already in motion. All you need concern yourself with is your ability to act when I tell you to.
You know, I'm not opposed to the idea of you, Salem, putting the goon squad in their place, but that does kind of bring me to the most pertinent question. What exactly is the plan? Just because I'm rooting for you doesn't mean I'm throwing common sense and logic out the window here. I still kind of want to know what's the plan. You can't keep saying this. This isn't a fucking chess game here. Okay? I mean, if you really think this is a chess game, you guys do not know how to play the game of chess. Now, to be fair, I'm not really that much of a master myself, nor do I speak to my acumen in terms of the game. But You guys don't even know the basics of the rules. So you gotta kind of help me out here. Tell me what exactly is the plan? What is going forward from this point? What are you guys gonna do? You can't keep just throwing all your goons back. Again, reprimand them for their failures. Honestly, they failed a lot, but let's not play around here as though you still don't need them. I mean, after all, you yourself have spoken to the value in which they can be used to assist you, that they too are valuable assets to be used in the advancement of your schemes. So please inform us all of exactly what is the goal? Because you keep talking about how this is all going according to plan, everything's in motion, but I know you've been watching what's happened so far. Again, your interjections into last volume have showcased that you know what's happening. Hell, even this one-way mirror right here, or mirror reflect, whatever this thing is, showcases that you are kind of looking in, and that maybe you have a actual goal in mind here of what you want to accomplish. Now we get the overarching theme of your goal and what you say your plan is supposed to be, but how are you going to execute that? What is the layers? What is the steps? That's what we need to know. So please do inform us. Okay? Yes, through showing, but also telling. This is a perfect time for us to kind of like be told, because it's clear that none of them know the plan either. So it wouldn't just be useless or needless exposition. It'd actually be very useful, because they keep doing their things on their own, and they keep talking about what I did here, what I did there, and your goons don't seem to kind of like, no, you give them like footnotes, and then they just go and try to do whatever it is they want. And then you have to reprimand them on the idea that they don't have any idea what the true plan is, so quit pretending as though they do. Well, I mean, they would if you just tell them. They could be of better use to you. Doesn't that make more sense, Salem? I'm just saying. Come on, be a bit smarter. And I ain't gonna even lie, before they cut to the next scene, you guys know I'm gonna bring it up anyway, but the sway in those hips. Ozpin, you useless rat. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yes, I know she's evil, but wait, who has that ever actually stopped? Let's be honest here. Evil doesn't stop. Okay, it does not stop. That ass. Those assets. Those voluptuous assets. Those birthing hips. Okay, you guys are like 4 children. I'm gonna be entirely honest, man. That means you've been putting in some work. Okay, you put in work. At a time, I mean, I know you guys have magic, but back at a time that was more primitive and with all the medical advancements and technology, to have 4 children that were able to live that long? Come on. I just don't understand, man. I'm not saying you be evil or anything, but man, maybe it's just me. I don't know, man. I want to try harder to get her to my side. That's all I'm saying. I want to try harder. Because, whoo! Tear that up.
I was stupid to think the General would listen. Every choice I've made was the wrong one. And now...
Well, you know, the first step to correcting a mistake is admitting it. Yes, why would the General listen to your stupid ideas? I'm going to be entirely honest with you, Oscar. Up until that point at the end, your best quality was staying quiet. All the rest of the characters were saying nonsense, but you were among the good. You only spoke when it was necessary for you to speak, and every time you spoke wasn't necessarily dumb. There was a lot of dumb, but it wasn't necessarily all dumb. You just had to keep that up. But no, then you went full stupid mode. But I'm glad you realized that you and the rest of your shitty-ass team of squad fuckling cuckbirds are nothing but complete inebriated dumbasses who are going to entirely fail, I hope, because I want you all to die. Burn away this entire godforsaken squad and this town with them. And you know what? Burn the whole country. I'm going to be entirely honest with you, Oscar. I would not want Nora ever touching on me. She has been the greatest disgrace out of all of our little Goonie squads here, okay? Out of Team Jennifer, she is the worst. Out of all the teams put together, she is still pretty much the worst. She has been an absolute trash fire. I have never turned from thorough enjoyment of a character to absolute hatred as fast as I did with her. It took one volume. Do you know how many volumes some of these characters have had to go through before I've actually developed a genuine dislike? When I'm talking about hate, I'm talking about just a dislike for them. But she made me hate her in like 2 episodes. 2 episodes. So yeah, I agree with that. I don't want her touching me at all. Stay away. That was a good move. Push her back. Tell her to get the fuck out of here. I wish Rin was here and he would just do her in, okay? Because he loves her, of course. But put her out of the rest of our misery.
The largest Grim Horde ever seen is hovering over the tundra, and out there is a city full of people with no heat, and from what you told us, no more military protection. And while we're happy to give you guys a place to lie low for a while, it's time to get those people some help.
How? Ironwood is stopping all evacuations to Atlas, and we can't get them out of the city with Salem's forces surrounding us.
The crater, beneath Atlas. It's not safe, but it's warm. And with everyone in one place, we can do a better job protecting them.
No. That's the exact opposite of what you want to be doing right now. Okay? Rin is right. This is not the way. Sitting here and hobbling all these afraid, cold people together. Yes, please. Let's throw them all into one spot. And that way, Salem could just murder them all at once. She doesn't have to send in her death goon squads to just hunt them down in small groups. Yes, let's just bring them all to one huge circle and then she annihilates them. Good job. This is, you know what? I'm actually with, no, I take it back. This is a brilliant plan. Let me shut up. Okay, I'm the one speaking wrong. Brilliant plan. Go ahead, go for it. Why do I care? Oh my God.
May can send you where you're needed most. We've got to get everyone down into that crater before nightfall. In the slums, we might have a chance.
We're never going to sleep again. I just know it.
Either you're helping, or you're baggage.
You know, I know there's not many people who have something called social cues, but damn, bitch, read the room. I get the idea of you needing to move, but they need some time. And don't give me, well, I mean, it's been like a whole year. That's for us. That's for the audience. It's been a while since we've seen these characters in action. Not for them. For them, this happened just a day ago. Could you at least give them like a day? Maybe a couple days. You know, doing little stuff here and there, trying to help the people where they can before you make any huge moves. Okay? Because a lot of shit has happened to them. People have died. And your plan isn't going to help prevent that. So maybe take some R&R, rest up, recollect yourselves, and then tackle this from a different perspective instead of just jumping in and making things worse for everyone. Seriously. Why?
We need to get out there and do what we can for Mantle.
We need to do what we can for everyone. What about Amity? And telling the world about Salem? We can't do this alone. We need help.
Ruby's right. The Happy Huntresses are handling the evacuation better than we could. And there's a bigger picture.
But Amity isn't even finished. It was still under construction.
Doctor, what would you need to launch Amity now?
We made decent progress on construction and fuel collection. All potentially manageable, but, Amity was designed so that it couldn't launch itself without first being granted clearance from General Ironwood's terminal.
Ruby, there is no way Ironwood will cooperate with us.
But he doesn't have to. We just need the green light from his terminal, right?
You want to go back to the Academy?
Yeah, actually, there is more than one terminal. The one in his office and, one in the main Atletian military compound at the base of the city. You'd have to get into the compound somehow, then, get inside the operations room, and then...
I mean, whole boy is right. Let me stop you right there, doctor. Kind of like think this through a bit more. Okay, you're the brains in here. You're the one with the genius level intellect. Okay, you made Penny. I mean, last volume proved that may have not have been the smartest decision, but still, come on, think this through a little bit more. Okay, there's going to be a lot of opposition. You don't think that Ironwood would have prepared for something like that? If you want to be able to subvert him, this is not the way just saying, okay, here's a location, let's go into it. Okay, you need to have a full-on structure and plan, and these cuts and edits aren't helping because I get it, they're trying to maybe roll it out, but it doesn't seem like he's coming up with anything. It seems like he's just telling them, it's like, okay, well, here's the terminal, we have location, let's just go do our thing. Let's Rwby this up. Okay? Because that's not going to work. It's been failing you for the past 7 volumes, actually. So this is probably not going to be the best stratagem here, that you want to sit here and just say, okay, here's location, let's all rush in there and not do anything, to maybe actually have a chance of pulling this off and having a success rate. Yang is kind of right in the sense that this necessarily kind of seems a bit more hopeless of a venture, and that you probably want to focus on what you can do a little bit more right now. Again, that's why I said focus on the smaller stuff while you're taking your rest, to be able to come up with a competent plan to handle the bigger stuff. Instead, I just want to keep jumping in, talk about, oh, we need to do this. Here's the big picture. We already know what the big picture is. We need you guys on focus on making it a success. You're supposed to be our protagonist, and that's the only reason I'm even suggesting anything, because you're the protagonist. If you weren't, fuck ya. But let's be honest here. You need something. I'm still hoping that it all fails anyway, because Team Salem forever, maybe Team Ironwood, okay? Maybe a little bit. I mean, he kind of made some dummy mistakes, but maybe a little bit more Team Ironwood as well. But at the same time, let's use our brains, people.
What you're saying is it can't be done. It's pointless. And even if you got the message out, there's no guarantee help would come.
Wow, like I just said, thank you, Yang. Laying down the smack. Laying the smackdown down.
Rwby, when we came here, we said we'd follow your lead, but things haven't exactly worked out.
You know what? Like I said, even in the past volume, there always are little nuggets. It seems like they're just going to follow the same formula. There's going to be little nuggets, but the majority of the episode is just going to be utter trash and utter garbage and characters making stupid decisions and being incompetent and no good world bending. The lore is another atrocity, on and on and on and on, just breaking down how bad it actually is. But at the same time, there's always going to be those little nuggets, and this is just one of them. This is one of those little nuggets of Yang actually putting in some truth bombs and just telling Rwby how it is. Your plans have sucked. You don't even actually have a plan.
There are people here who need us right now. That's something we can actually do.
But this isn't about just Atlas. Ruby's right. It's about all of Remnant. They need to know in Vacuo, in Mistral, in Vale, what's coming, so they can prepare.
Okay, then let's go for both. Get Amity up and running and evacuate Mantle.
Like, I don't know why. This is the part where you don't want to have needless exposition. Why are you telling me this? I already see that they made the separation. Come on. You don't need to have to convey this to me as if I'm a fucking idiot. Stop it. I already see they made the separation of what they can and can't do, and obviously they're going to go for both. That was kind of like the whole thing. It's what I was already suggesting in my head. I just didn't say it out loud because it was kind of obvious that they're obviously going to sit there and separate. They have enough members for people to go and work on dealing with Mantle, and then for people to go and work on dealing with the rest of the world, right? Dealing with Atlas, and then, further out beyond that. Which, by the way, you think that Nora would actually be on Rin's side in this case, given how hard she was sucking on Mantle's dick all last volume. You think after throating Mantle's cock that much that she would have instantly been on, let's help them out now, fuck the rest of the world, because the same arguments they're trying to sort of pseudo make are somewhat a part of Ironwood's arguments and about prioritizing. Yeah, she was all up in his asshole about it. Inconsistent characters? Who cares? Who didn't see it coming? Yay! Love the show. Great. Good job. Everyone's fantastic.
I suppose someone needs to help you bypass security.
I'll go.
Penny, we can't risk...
I'll go.
Man, put your eyes down before I slap you, ho. Let me pull off my belt. Stop that. You have been a disgrace to me, Penny. I had so much hope for you. I cried when you were reintroduced. I was like, yes, good characters are back. Finally. Out of this whole storm. And look, I know some people thought her character was annoying when she was first introduced. And look, I'm kind of in that boat too. But she grew on me. I actually gave her some good characterization. It wasn't much. We didn't see her all that. We didn't see her all that often. But she was actually a well-balanced character for the most part. Then when she died, that was sad. That was fucked up. I was like, oh, dang it. I mean, I knew she's probably coming back because, well, she's a goddamn robot. But right now, I need you to just sit there and shut up. Okay? Just shut up. Don't even pretend as though you got some game, that you got some clout. Girl, I will tomahawk your... Never mind. Never mind. Let's not get YouTube upset with me.
Nora?
I'm going with Rwby.
But what about Mantle?
Oh, I'm saving Mantle. Because I actually believe we can do this.
Fuck Nora. Fuck her to death. Die in a fire. Rin was right. Rin, you have been one of the best characters. You're the only good thing about this. About these squads, Rin. For fuck's sake. I mean, even when he's in the wrong, he's still right. It's like, come on. What the heck? He's questioning, because that's all she was on. Mantle, yes, give me that. Just, I hate you, Nora. I really do.
She's not going anywhere until you change your mind about Mantle. There's still a chance for Remnant to be...
Mantle? You're still worried about Mantle? Remnant is doomed, Rwby. Unless we leave, Salem will destroy Atlas, and with it, any hope humanity has left. We need to think about the future. If she makes it through her defenses, everything that follows will be on your hands.
Thank God we have someone who has even an IQ above at least 2. Because without it, this show would never be possible to get through. Whoo, Ironwood, you are a blessing. Okay, some characters have actually been genuinely good. You are one of them.
Wait, you can't be in here.
This is absurd. Let us through.
I told you we need to speak.
I am going to do everything I can to defend this kingdom.
What in God's name do you think you're doing, James?
No matter the cost.
And what's this about martial law? Have you lost your damned mind? Are you that scared of what might...
Okay, look, I ain't gay or nothing, but, wow. Let me compose myself real quick. I think I love you, Ironwood. You and Salem, work together. Please, for the love of God, join her, Ironwood, join her, please. I hope he does. I hope he does this volume. I hope he joins her. I'm 100% team villain. I mean, he's not really the villain, but joining her automatically because of the whole dynamic of that makes her the villain. So I'm not gonna lie to you. Absolutely 100%. That was a right decision. He should have killed the other one too, but of course, for obvious reasons, he can't kill her. Besides the point. Okay, so this song is absolutely shite.
And that was the end right there. Okay, guys, so yeah, I'm just gonna say right now, I am invested. I am invested because there are certain characters who have brought me back and made me invested into the show again. So, I mean, I was going into this, my expectations were already non-existent, and well, nothing has changed that. I do have some care for this. Okay, I know that I was previously inquired as to the idea of, well, if you don't like it, then don't watch it. That's already a stupid argument and such a nonsensical argument to begin with that it's not even necessarily worth addressing. But at the same time, I do want to make this abundantly clear. That's the whole fucking point. Because I know that it can be better. I see the nuggets. I see the good characterization. I see the great elements. And that's why I'm critical of it. I'm not hating on it. No, I don't like what they're doing. But it's because I know that it can be better. And that it has been better. If it was really garbage and nothing worth talking about it, I wouldn't be watching it. No one would be. But if there is certain investment there, even on a subjective level, people are going to gravitate towards that. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with wanting a show to be successful and to be better. That way I have nothing but praise for it. I want this to be praiseworthy. Because ever since I first saw this, I thought that this show, right, before getting into it, was nonsensical. I thought this was just going to be some magical girl, gay-ass fantasy show that I'm not going to be interested in. But I actually sat down and watched it. I actually sat down and watched it, and I was thoroughly blown away by the amount of effort that was put into every aspect of the show. Sure, still had its problems, sure, still had its flaws, but for the most part, it was very watchable. Now it's just not. It's just a big nothing. And I want it to be something. I want it to be like it was back when I enjoyed it, back when I actually cared. And that's why I'm so hard on it, because I know it can be better. So yeah, I don't like it. But I'm going to continue to watch it because I have faith and hope. Because I know that they can do it. And I see where the improvements have been made. I see the good inside of it. I need them to carry that forward. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
And to all my Gummy Knights, new and old, just remember, this is a man's world, but it would be nothing without his brain and his bronze. And lying is indeed the most fun that a woman can have, without taking off her clothes. Good night.
Desperate for attention, I aim to be your eyes, trophy boys, trophy wives. Applause, applause, no wait, dear studio audience, I've an announcement to make. It seems the artists these days are not who you think, so we'll pick back up on that on another page.